Well, howdy everybody. Welcome to the shop. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Today we're going to be doing a little bit different. We're not going to be working in the shop. We're going to be doing some house maintenance. It's the last weekend of October here in the Ozarks, and as you can see, the leaves are turning on the trees, and a lot of them are already down on the ground. So I'm getting ready to, there you can see a good blanket of leaves on the ground out here in front of the house. I'm getting ready to do what I do twice a year, and that's get up on the roof and clean it and check the gutters, check the gutter screens, get all the debris off the roof, and basically get ready for winter. So let's head on up. There's the steps to the front porch and part of the front deck, which when I'm done with the roof I'll clean this off. I got a nice little spot for getting up on my roof right here. It doesn't take up a whole lot. It's kind of a nice warm day today here in the Ozarks, but good day to be on the roof and doing some work. As you can see, I put these gutter guards on years ago to help stop the acorns and stuff from filling up, but they still need to be checked and inspected a couple times a year. Like that one down there at the end, I don't know, you can see it needs to be reinstalled correctly, so we'll be doing that today too. But it's good to get up on your roof at least twice a year to just look it over, check it out. The front part of the house, this roof is a good 15 years old. It was on here when we moved here. I've got these two valleys that tend to collect a lot of debris, so I got to get up here and clean them off. Underneath those leaves is probably a whole lot of acorns, some branches up here, and on this north side there's all this moss growing, but I leave it. This is just over the porch, so there's no heat underneath it from the house. It's not heated underneath, not conditioned, just more of a rain barrier. As I said, this roof here is at least 15 years old, because that's how long I've lived here, and it was here when we moved in. The back half of the house here, though, I replaced a couple years ago. It was in pretty sad shape. Put this ridge vent in. I kind of like that. That was a slick little system. But it's good just to get up and inspect everything, look it over, look for any nails that might be working up and through. These nails do tend to work loose over heat. This is a little worrisome spot right here. I don't know how well you can see it, but that tile's lifting up. Yeah, I can feel a nail right there working up. I'll knock it back down. Those are the type of things you're looking for. Because if I left that nail to go, it'd keep working up and it'd break through the tile, the asphalt shingle tile, and that'd be a leak. Need to make cleaning the chimney, the spark arrestor there, a priority too, as we'll be lighting up the furnace here in a few weeks, I'm sure. Usually the middle of November is when I build the first fire to heat the house. Anyway, that's what we're doing today. We're going to clean up the gutter, clean up the eaves, the valleys, I'm sorry. Clean the valleys of all that debris, check the gutters, reinstall any loose gutter screens, get ready for winter. One thing I advise that you do is wear gloves when you do this, because you don't know when you start moving stuff around what kind of spiders you might find. And if you're like me, I get mice in my attic, being out here in the country. Of course, having this tree right here right next to the roof doesn't help that matter any, but the wife likes it, so it stays. But to keep the mice down in the attic, I use decon, a poison. It dehydrates them, so they want to come out and get water. So they tend to head towards the gutters to drink the water, and sometimes you're going to find some dead carcasses of mice in the gutters, which I have quite a few times. And not that that's a problem, but don't toss it down on the ground, because that poison could still be active inside that carcass, and if you have any pets, dogs or cats, they might try to eat it, and that poison will get into them. So I also bring up with me a little plastic bag to throw those carcasses in, and I just toss them into the trash. They don't stink, they don't smell, they're all dried out. Like I said, decon dehydrates the animal, so it's not really a problem. And the only other tool that I use is that there broom, just to sweep everything down onto the ground, and then I'll clean it up later. I also have a heavy-duty screwdriver in case something's wedged or lodged in something. So I'm going to get to work and show you what it looks like when it's all. Well, I got the gutters cleaned. Yeah, the valley swept down. You can kind of see that discoloration between the gray and the brown, where all those acorns were building up and the leaves were piling up. The tannic acids were leaching out and discoloring my roof tile. It's the same on the other way. But other than that, it looks a lot better. I've fixed the gutter screens in the valley corners. They all needed a little work. Cleaned them up where I needed to. Everything's looking pretty good. But what I wanted to show you here was, here's one of those nails that have worked up through the roof. Back that up, get that in focus. You can see it there stacking up. And that just works its way out over time, so I'm going to take a hammer and beat it back down, and then a punch to punch it a little deeper. So there's the hammer working. I don't know that I can. This camera's probably going to bounce as soon as I hit that, but we'll see what it does. There we go. That set that down there nice and deep. That tab of that tile is still good and tight, so I'm not going to pry it up, but I'll go get a little Henry's roof patch and fill that hole there. And here's another one over here that is kind of falling apart and deteriorating. And like I told you earlier, this roof here is at least 15 years old, so it's probably getting close to being changed in the next couple of years, but I think we'll be okay for this winter here. All in all, this has taken me about 4 hours today, and as I told you, I do this twice a year. I'll also do it in the spring when these oak trees drop their seed pods, which the best way I can describe those things, they kind of look like a Portuguese man of war that you see in the ocean. You got a big old body like with all these tentacles hanging off of them that are really long, and those things are about 6 to 8 inches long, and all these trees right here just drop them like crazy in the springtime, and because they're so big and stringy, those things just clog up everything. So I get up here after they've all fallen, late spring, early summer, and clean the roof off in the valleys and clear out the gutter screens. So, and that takes about the same, about 4 hours. So 8 hours of maintenance on your roof every year will really extend the life beyond what you would even imagine. Well, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed this little video on home maintenance. Click like if you liked it. Click don't like if you didn't like it. But please subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.